Remember when Christmas trees could literally electrocute you? When families hung decorations made from actual lead? The holidays in the 1960s and 70s weren't just different. They were magical, unforgettable, and sometimes surprisingly dangerous. Today, we're exploring 30 Christmas decorations that created childhood memories but have completely vanished. Some were too dangerous, others couldn't compete with modern convenience, and a few disappeared because of a single television special. Hit that like button and subscribe. Now let's discover why these magical decorations disappeared forever. At number 30, the most iconic decoration of the space age era. The aluminum Christmas tree. These shimmering metallic marvels looked like they'd been beamed down from outer space. By 1965, 40% of American homes owned one. You couldn't use regular lights because of electrical shorting, so families used rotating color wheels that cast changing colors onto the reflective surface. Children sat mesmerized watching the hypnotic display. Then came December 1965. CBS aired A Charlie Brown Christmas, explicitly criticizing aluminum trees as commercial excess. Sales plummeted overnight. By 1969, the industry had collapsed. Today, vintage trees with color wheels sell for hundreds or thousands. One TV special killed an entire industry. At 29, the decoration that literally poisoned families. Lead foil tinsel. Those shimmering silver strands from the 30s through early 70s weren't aluminum or plastic. They were actual lead. The lead gave tinsel its distinctive weight and brilliant shine, creating perfect vertical strands. Children spent hours placing them carefully. In 1972, the FDA banned lead tinsel due to poisoning risks. Manufacturers switched to mylar, but it tangled easily and created static. That distinctive heavy shimmer exists only in photographs now, and probably caused neurological damage to millions. At 28, delicate hand-painted European glass ornaments. These weren't mass-produced. Each was individually crafted with hand-painted winter scenes, religious imagery, and geometric patterns. The glass was so thin it was nearly weightless, hanging perfectly on branches. Families treasured special ornaments, telling stories about where each came from. But one drop meant explosion into sharp fragments. Modern shatterproof ornaments eliminated the heartbreak, but also the magic. Surviving vintage collections now command premium prices from collectors. Number 27. Real burning candles on Christmas trees. Families balanced actual lit candles on branches and hoped for the best. Special clip-on holders secured small tapers, lit only on Christmas Eve for 10 to 20 minutes. The National Fire Protection Association reported 8,000 tree fires annually in 1964. Fire departments ran campaigns against the practice. By 1972, most municipalities banned real candles. Beautiful, but genuinely dangerous. Few modern families would risk burning down their homes, no matter how magical. At 26, color wheels transformed aluminum trees into mesmerizing light shows. These rotating spotlights featured 4 colored gel filters that spun continuously, casting ever-changing hues. The motor's gentle humming became part of Christmas ambiance. Children watched mesmerized as trees cycled through red, orange, blue, green. When aluminum trees fell from fashion after Charlie Brown criticized them, color wheels became obsolete overnight. Number 25. Bubble lights that hypnotized children throughout the 60s. Each contained methylene chloride sealed above a bulb that heated the liquid, sending continuous streams of colored bubbles rising through tubes. The lights took minutes to heat up. Children gathered around, watching impatiently for that first bubble. But modern LED technology can't generate enough heat to make the liquid bubble. That gentle percolating magic has vanished. 24 celebrates C7 and C9 incandescent lights. These weren't tiny mini lights. These were substantial bulbs that screwed individually into sockets. Each burned hot enough to cause serious burns. The electricity consumption was staggering, noticeably increasing power bills. By the 2000s, cool-running LED alternatives made these obsolete. But enthusiasts insist nothing captures authentic Christmas lighting like incandescence. At 23, stringing popcorn and cranberries to create natural garlands. This labor-intensive tradition kept children occupied for hours, creating red and white strands that wrapped entire trees. But the garlands attracted mice and insects. Cranberries dried and shriveled. Popcorn yellowed. They rarely survived one season. Once manufactured garlands became affordable, this time-consuming tradition became optional. 22. Do-it-yourself tree flocking. Families transformed evergreens into snowy masterpieces using spray guns and cellulose fibers. The process was messy, with white residue everywhere. Here's the disturbing part. Flocking contained asbestos until 1969. Even after removal, the chemicals remained concerning. Pre-flocked artificial trees ended this messy, dangerous tradition. At 21, angel hair, spun glass that created ethereal clouds. The effect was genuinely beautiful, like trees surrounded by heavenly clouds, but handling it made hands itch for hours. Microscopic glass particles became airborne, irritating lungs and eyes. Near hot bulbs, it posed fire hazards. By the 70s, awareness of health risks led to its decline. 20 brings glass wax window decorations.
And simply dab over one of the stencil designs. Put a jolly Santa like this on your windows in a matter of seconds.
Families purchased kits with stencils and white paste that dried to a frosted appearance. Children dabbed designs through openings: Santa, reindeer, snowflakes. The process was messy but magical. Vinyl window clings eventually replaced this hands-on tradition, offering easier application without the mess. At 19, metallic tinsel garlands brought sparkling elegance. These rope-like garlands caught and reflected light beautifully, but the metallic coating flaked off. They tangled hopelessly and attracted dust and pet hair. Modern alternatives offered similar effects without deterioration. 18 celebrates original Puts villages. Families used small cardboard houses arranged to create festive scenes, expanded year after year. Cotton batting became snow. Mirrors became frozen ponds. These fragile pieces couldn't compete with durable ceramic villages. The handcrafted, customizable nature has been lost. At 17, handmade paper chains. Every classroom featured miles of construction paper chains. Children cut strips, formed loops, glued them together, sometimes creating chains stretching 12 miles long. Rain or humidity caused disasters. By the mid-70s, manufactured garlands seemed more practical. 16. Shiny bright ornaments. The most iconic glass ornaments of mid-century. These thin glass balls came in every color imaginable, but drop one, and it exploded into sharp pieces. Surviving boxes and original packaging now sell for hundreds. 15. Feather trees from dyed goose feathers attached to wire branches. The sparse design showcased ornaments without overcrowding, but feathers damaged easily and collected dust. Antique feather trees now command high prices from collectors. 14. Celluloid Santa figures, lightweight and affordable. But celluloid was incredibly flammable, igniting from nearby candles. It also became brittle and yellowed. Safer plastics replaced celluloid by the 70s. 13. Blown glass animal ornaments from Europe. Skilled artisans created birds, deer, rabbits with hand-painted details. The craftsmanship was extraordinary. High cost, extreme fragility, and cheaper Asian alternatives ended their mainstream popularity. 12. Cornucopia ornaments filled with treats. These miniature horns of plenty weren't just decorative. They created surprises for children exploring the tree. Mass production and food safety concerns about unwrapped candy finished the tradition. 11. Mercury glass kugels. These thick-walled German ornaments lined with silver created mirror-like finishes. Production ended in the early 1900s. Original kugels are now museum pieces, far too valuable for actual tree use. 10. Glass bead garlands hand-strung on wire from Germany and Japan. They created shimmering waterfalls of color. but one rough tug shattered entire strands. Modern, unbreakable plastic eliminated the stress. 9. Massive outdoor icicle lights with heavy C7 and C9 bulbs. Setting them up required ladders and electrical knowledge. The electricity bills were staggering. Cool, safer LED alternatives made these obsolete. 8. Mesh net stockings pre-filled with candy and fruit. You could see treats inside through the mesh, but quality was inconsistent. Some contained rotten fruit. Better pre-filled stockings replaced them. 7. Unwrapped candy canes hanging directly on trees. Children couldn't touch them until Christmas morning, but they absorbed odors, got sticky, and attracted pests. Decorative fake candy canes replaced edible versions. 6. Vintage Noma bubble lights. The highest quality manufacturer. Noma sets bubbled synchronously with vibrant colors. The company went out of business in 1965. Original Noma sets now sell for hundreds. 5. Transitional aluminum foil icicles that replaced lead. They had better weight than Mylar, but still tarnished and tangled. Within a decade, manufacturers switched entirely to cheaper Mylar. 4. Ceramic choir boy candle holders holding real tapers. When lit, candles created warm glows, but wax dripped, ruining paint, and heat cracked ceramic. Battery LEDs eliminated mess and danger. 3. Homemade bread dough ornaments. Families mixed flour, salt, and water, then baked and painted shapes. Each was unique and meaningful, but they absorbed moisture, broke easily, and mice nibbled them. 2. Ceramic light-up tabletop trees with hundreds of plastic pegs. The internal bulb illuminated colored pegs, creating warm glows. Ceramic was fragile, pegs fell out and got lost, and bulbs burned out. And at number 1, humble cardboard cutout decorations. 5 and dimes sold them for pennies. Santa, reindeer, snowmen. Every family could afford them. Humidity warped cardboard, colors faded, tape left marks. Vinyl clings made these obsolete. Mint condition examples now sell at antique shops. So there you have it, 30 Christmas decorations that defined the 1960s and 70s, but have vanished completely. From deadly lead tinsel to fire hazard candles, from labor-intensive handmade ornaments to space-age aluminum trees. Some disappeared for good reason, safety. Others faded because convenience replaced tradition. Whether you remember these fondly or you're shocked they existed, they represent a different era of Christmas. What decoration do you remember most? Share with us below. If you enjoyed this nostalgic journey, hit that like button and subscribe for more trips back to the 1960s and 70s. Thanks for watching.